Hi Flosstube, it's Maggie with an I. I'm here for my annual Flosstube to catch up. This is Sophie, and hopefully she'll just take a little nap here while we do this. Recently, I got to go to the Steel City Stitchers retreat. There we go. So that'll be what I talk about first, because that's the most exciting thing and the most recent thing. Then I will try to do finishes, whips, and kits. And hopefully that won't take too long. And happy Valentine's Day to everybody. So the retreat was very exciting. It was my first, and it was in Pittsburgh, and for those of you that didn't go. So I want to say hi to all my friends that I made there, and my already Instagram friends. Stitchy Friends, Sarah, Stitchy Sarah Reads on Instagram, and Jen Nasca, I already was familiar with. And then at our table we had Allison, Kimberly, and Sally Yoon, and we all got along great, and it was a lot of fun. Before the trip, I won the Steel City Stitchers planner, so that was nice, so I've been using that. I just kind of fold the working copy of things I do. When I'm done, I put it in that month, so by the end it'll be really fat. That's always what I've done with this type of thing for like the last 3 years. I'm not fancy, and I don't actually use all my beautiful stickers that I collect. I know everybody likes to stick them in their planners, but I'm too attached. I have to just keep them all nice. So for the trip, there were a couple patterns. First we did the one that Liz Matthews designed before the trip, and then they gave us finishing supplies. So this was the one I finished beforehand, and I was sad I didn't get to meet Liz Matthews, but she had to get ready for market and everything. We got, someone made like over 100 of these, one for every attendee. This is stitched, and it's very tiny on black, so thank you to whoever that was. It doesn't have a name on it, so I didn't know who to thank. Then there were 2 patterns given to us while we were there, also Pittsburgh related, and a Steel City Stitchers needle minder, this little thing. So this is one pattern, and that's My Studio Create, and with that MI. And Wrought Iron Stitching did a Snowflake series mittens, and those were exclusive. We stayed at the Marriott, North Pittsburgh. It was very nice. And then when we were done on my way, my husband came with me, so we kind of doubled as a couple's getaway for the weekend, and I didn't have to drive alone in the snow and everything. So on the way home, I had always been talking about going to the Falling Water, the Frank Lloyd Wright house, and he stopped by and took me there. And it was actually, I think, the best time of year to go, because it was like half frozen. So it was really beautiful. So if you want to see pictures of that, it's on my Instagram. Let's see. That was about what we got there. We got a tote bag. It was full of all our goodies with snacks and everything. And I got to meet all the Steel City Stitchers, which was cool. So that's why I brought my pumpkin, frosted pumpkin stitching to do, because Erica is a huge fan. And for Jody, I started stitching something on her blood splatter fabric. And for Erin, I watched, oh man, I'm forgetting the name of the movie now. Encanto. Because her and her kids are like obsessed. So I made sure I watched it before I went. And this is the pumpkin Chinese zodiac. It's a couple years old, and this is how far I am. But I just wanted to bring it and get it going again. So it's kind of gotten me back in the mood for that. But the most stitching I did while I was there was on Trans Pride Tapestry. And it is a collaboration. The art is from Uncanny Kari, and Dee's 20 Stitches did the charting. And it is my favorite pattern. It's amazing. And I used the fabric from the Rainbow Box last year, Black Needle Society, and this is Fortnite Fabrics and just all the charted floss. But she is so beautiful. I've named her Andromeda. I don't know why, it just was the name that came to me. So next to me was, another Sarah. One of the days, another Sarah was at our table. And she was also stitching this on a much tinier fabric. And she created a beautiful frame around it. So I have pictures of that. I may not have the picture of us together on my Instagram, but I'll get that. I shared it with Dee. So that was a lot of fun. I think a couple other people were also stitching it there. But I did that until I ran out of the floss that I needed, because I'm doing all the outline first, then I'll fill it in. Because I was torn on whether I could get to fill it in. It's really huge. It's taking a long time. Alright, so I'm going to put those away. And that's the end of the getaway. I had to share that with you. So for Valentine's, you can see I have done the Frosted Pumpkin, I Love You Dearly. And then I'm ready for spring, for Happy Spring. Here I have Ardith Design, Amanda May's. You can buy this little piece of fabric on her website. And it just fits perfectly in a little 6-inch hoop. And you can decorate it and everything, but I just thought it was cute the way it is, so I just put it right in there. And last year I made the True Love Bandit for my husband, so that is all finished. And I sample stitched, was this earlier last year, for Karen, KEB Studio Creates. This is Growing in Love, and I made it into a pillow, and you can find that on her website. And I did a few other pillows last year. I guess I was in the mood for pillows, and I just brought them out because I did that one, so then I thought I'll just share all of them, even though 2 of them are Halloween. Oops. This is Lindy Stitches, Autumn Royalty, the magpie, of course I had to do. And this one was from a Just Cross Stitch magazine a couple of years ago. And I brought this one out because Bendy Stitchy, Michelle, has a new Lucky Cat, and I kind of collect them. I just have like 4 or 5 things. And this was one of my very first cross stitches I ever did. And so I finally turned it into a pillow and sewed this gold copperish ribbon around the edge. I stabbed myself 1,000 times, but it was worth it. I love it. So I can't wait to do her new, to stitch her new Lucky Cat. So check it out. It's in her market release, so you can pre-order it. Let's see. Also, I plan on making the thumbnail for this. This year's finish in January, I did Happy Valentine's Day. This is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So I'll have to finish that one. I didn't get it done in time for this year. I guess I could buy it tonight. Alright. And my husband made me, on our new 3 printer, this cool gear heart. So I'm going to twist it and I'll show you. It just twists all the way around. So, and it goes back into its shape. It's just fun. It's just like a fidgety thing to play with. They're having, my husband and one of our sons is really into it, and they're just having fun making a lot of crazy stuff. I didn't bring it with me because my cat knocked it behind the couch, but I should go get it. A glow-in-the-dark Lucky Cat with a glow-in-the-dark filament for the printer, and it like fits on my finger, but it's like a little figurine just to sit on the shelf with my other collection. So that was the first thing they printed for me. But I thought that was very cute for Valentine's Day. Unique and nerdy, the way I like it. I did bring out, because of Karen's the Growing in Love, I had previously model stitched a bookmark, a honeybee one, and I thought it came out really nice. So I thought I would just share it at the same time in case you're shopping for one, might as well get the other. All right. I might be able to get through this if I just talk really fast. Just slow it down, or don't worry about it. I'm a fast talker. So I'm going to move into Stitching Book Club, because that's what I've been working on this week, because the new Chronicles of Narnia pattern came out, and I am just partially through it. Of course, my floss is really tangled on here. All right. It's on a opalescent 18 count that I got at the retreat, and it is so sparkly. I don't know if you can see it at all, but that even just on white, the colors that it's charted in is going to be gradient, and it's super beautiful. So I'm having fun with that one, and you should try it. And you should read the Chronicles of Narnia with me. It's giant. I already had the book. It's so huge. Now I think that the stitch along is actually only the first 3 books, so it won't be that much of this, but I'm just going to go for the whole thing, because I don't know if she's ever going to continue and do more of it for the book club. So last year also we did Sense and Sensibility, so I got the book and did that one and just did a simple finish. Then I just finished reading Gatsby, and I haven't done that pattern yet. I'm going to go ahead and do Narnia first, then backtrack and do the Gatsby one, because it is really beautiful on dark fabric. And then, not in Stitching Book Club, but book related, I have the 2 Owl Forest free patterns, the Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz. And I just thought these Tula Pink fabric bags were perfect for it. So I'll just show you how far I've gotten. And I keep the little book in there with it. I did finish this with my niece this year. And I'm going to read The Wizard next. Just got it on thriftbooks.com. All right. So for Wizard of Oz, I've really only gotten part 1, but I love it on this Bestitch Me fabric from Fabric of the Month. Sorry, everything is wrinkly. I do not iron until I am done. So let me stretch it out. And the Alice in Wonderland, I'm farther than that, but I did not keep up with the stitch along. That is the back. Okay. Wait for it. Just the center, basically. So I plan to get back on both of those this year. Help motivate me. If you are stitching them also, tell me about it. Tell me you want me to finish it. I need motivation. The sale is supposed to be the motivator, but once it's over, then it's hard to motivate myself. So I'm going to go into, you know what, I'm not going to do whips. I said I was going to do finishes first. So it's been a whole year, so I have a stack. Some have been FFO'd, and you might have to just see them on Instagram, but this is the stack that is not FFO'd other than these 2 hoops here. So Squishy Stitch Bits on Etsy. This is her super cool pattern from What We Do in the Shadows, Laszlo. I love that one. That was like one of the best stitches I did last year. And this one, this was a free pattern, and I don't want to get it wrong because sometimes I mix up the Witchy Stitcher and Night Spirit Studio, but it is a goth moth, and it was, I think, for National Goth Day, and I just love it. It came out really cool. So I'll link those below. Then Anna Aguayo on her Etsy. This was one a while ago, I think last year, not the year before, but time has no meaning, so you tell me when it was from. I'm going to turn it into a stitch bag with just like a simple zipper one, a lined bag. And this was cats reflection cats, something like that. I'm sorry, it's been a while, Anna. Forgive me. And blue flower I finished last year, started probably the year before. This got a lot of love. This is one of my favorite that I've ever done. The dogs are so cute, especially the scaly one. I think I'll turn that into a pillow. Yeah, since I have a finishing set with a black velvet and this the ribbon and everything came, I think, in one of the Black Needle Society boxes. So that should all finish that dog pattern into a pillow. Pretty cool. That velvet sheds. All right, there's going to be some velvet on this one. This is another on Aguayo. Her birds. I won this pattern, so I did it up, and I'm going to use that and make it into a bag also. And that way I can enjoy them both all the time while using them. And I finished a couple at least, more frosted pumpkin. The calendar is so big and long, and I got one of those cool wooden magnet things that hangs with a leather strap. Two strips of wood magnet together over the top and the bottom, and I'm gonna sew it into like a quilted wall hanging with this as the border. I think it's colorful enough to stick out and look cool, you know, close like that. So I'm gonna need to get to work on that. Liz Matthews also made a free winter one this Christmas, so I'll probably just turn that into an ornament, a flat ornament. And everybody's favorite, Julie, Kansas City girl in the Colorado world, her Hemlock and Rye stitchery on Gumroad. You can find this series. I finished them all, and I found a nice hanging 3-frame thing on Amazon that the 3 frames are attached. So I think these will look cool hung over each other. And it's just a Christmas series of 3. Make the Yuletide gay. Holiday greetings and gay happy meetings. And down we now are gay apparel. And they came out great. I love stitching anything that is super rainbowy and supportive. Let's see, I have some Halloweens that I didn't finish, that I finished but did not turn into anything in time for Halloween. This is a frosted pumpkin also. A zombie, brains. It's hard to see on camera. I couldn't get it to photograph right either, but on the pattern you can tell the variegation on the pumpkin and its lines around it, and in here they just show up. They really pop. It just doesn't photograph well, but that was a great one. And then Lindy Stitches, the vulture. I was all into vultures last year because we had like dozens, maybe 60, that were hovering around, hanging out on the a cell tower across the street, and they would come to the neighborhood and hang out at all our dumpsters and everything. And I just learned about them because they were big and they were kind of hanging out and hopping around all over the ground like chickens. Kind of weird, like weird and dumb, but they're super cool to look at. These were black vultures. And so I just read about them, and they're actually clean. They help clean, like sanitize the garbage by being antibacterial in some way. And they are not harmful. They only want to eat dead things. So walking with Sophie was what made me look it up, because I didn't know if I had to be worried about getting close to them or not. So it was fine. When children would be nervous taking out their trash, I would bring Sophie and she would just bark at the vultures and they would fly away. even though they're twice her size. All right, another frosted pumpkin. I actually did a stitch along and kept up the whole time and finished it. And I just saw someone yesterday finish it on a nice, like a serving tray. And I asked them where they got it on Etsy, and it's like a Japanese a site called Japan Kitchen on Etsy. So the shipping is a bit much, but it might be worth it if I can't find anything else that exact size, because her finish looked really nice. And Lucy Beam, I did this Christmas. To me, this is a holiday one. I chose Be Groovy, and the other pattern, well, let me see it, the yellow doesn't show up there, does it? I chose this one and Peace by Liz Matthews, and I'm going to do the tree finish. It's the 5th day of Christmas in her series, so it has the gold rings, and they're stitch hoops. It's really cute. So I haven't started that one, but I finished this one, and then I'll move on to that one. And I do have in a bag somewhere, I got one of those glass frogs, and that's what you put a dowel in and mount the little tree finish in it, and so it will be a nice display. All right, other few finishes sitting around here. I have really old from the 90s from my stash. I think this is, no, I did it cross stitch, but I think it was designed to be needlepoint because it's on this really open weave stuff. And it was like a free, you used to be able to mail in and get free patterns from designers, and that's what that was, one of those. So I'll hang that up. I think I already showed this last year that I had finished the Pinata from Frosted Pumpkin. Still haven't mounted it. And I may or may not have shown this one. I just finally have to mount it on there so it's 3D, but I put it on batting so it's squishy, and I just have to attach it on here. And this was Stitching Book Club, the Christmas Carol, A Christmas Carol by Dickens. But I think that finish will look good. I couldn't find the beautiful, like, kind of ornate frame that Sapphire Mountain had done it in. I just couldn't get a hold of it. I really wanted to. That is it for finishes. So now I'll show you some whips that I definitely did not have last year when I did my annual one-time Flosstube. And this is Amanda May, Ardith Design. I got the whole center part of her Boo, award-winning Boo Bees pattern. If you haven't seen the whole pattern, let me see if I have my working copy here, because I do digital. Here will be the finished product, and the fancy floss that she chose, 2 of them in here, are amazing. I love the colors. So, because I love this so much and thought it was so cute, she designed fabric and has it on, what is it's something flower. Fabric people will know it. It's a website where you can design a fabric and have it made, and people can order it. And so I got that, and it's just lined with another little tiny bee fabric. So that one is great. I hope to finish that one this year. This year's New Year Black Needle Society box had Modern Folk Embroidery New Year pattern called The River. So I made that my New Year New Start, and I used the floss that came in that box, which is a nice variegated, like sea blue aquamarine-ish. And I'm using an old piece of Nessie by Picture This Plus, and it's Ada, and I just had never used it, so I think the floss goes well on there. And it came with a needle minder too, a New Year one. I think it just says New Year New Start. So I'm going to get going on that. Here is a Jeweled Jester by Night Spirit Studio that I started. My husband likes jesters. And I think I barely started on it. But black fabric, and it just got going on the side. So that will take some time because I have horrible eyes. That is not their fault. So I'll probably take a whole year or more to get that one done. And that's just in a project bag that I made. Let's see. I won an awesome box from Andrea. And I will link her because she's super cool. And she has a new store. Oh, I should have written it down here because I know it has the name Persephone in it. So I'm going to link it. So I won a box, and it was all for this pattern called Persuasion by Jane Austen with the stack of books and a quote. And it came with the cool Obstinate Headstrong Girls wooden needle minder. And she stuffed so much stuff in there from her new store, like the floss rings. She made, I think I got like 11 and a scissor fob. She just kept loading it in, and treats and fuzzy socks and cocoa and like just so many things. She was awesome. So a lot of these, and they're all, there's a picture of the box with her name and her store name and everything on Instagram if you want to look for it. And here is how far I've gotten. Actually didn't do too bad because I think I only spent like a week on it. Maybe not even that, a few days. And I'm maybe halfway through. The solidness of the books will take the longest. The letters were very fast. Let's see. I think everybody was in love with the book, the Creepy Cross Stitch book that came out this year. And I only have a working copy of because I did the ebook, the digital book, so I only have the pattern. I don't have a picture of the finished product to show you, but you can tell where it's going. That was the back. It's going to have another tree arching inward, making like a heart over the two graves with a bunch of grass underneath. And this is some Fortnite fabrics, 40 count. I did the duets last year, fabric of the month, and they're all great. So I love this one. I want to get going on this too. It's too many whips, and I have been doing like no purchases and new starts for the first 3 months. No new starts that I'm buying. If I already own the pattern, then I'm allowed to start it. I'm allowed to do anything I want, but that's what I'm telling myself for this first 3 months. And I think I'm going to have to go another 3 because I'm into February and I went on a retreat and I did buy things. I didn't buy patterns. I just bought a couple fabrics and flosses and stuff, but I'm not successfully having no purchases. So, yet another that I really want to finish is Nevermore by Lila Studio. And a lot of you are working on oh my god, this isn't even worth showing because I had to restart it because I had it oriented this way and it's supposed to go long ways, so I had to rip it out and restart. So if you're doing this one, tell me and we'll stitch along and you'll get me back on track, okay? There is a free pattern from Barbara Anna called Light, and it's a fox holding a light. I'm sure you've heard of it. And I'm doing it on Sahara. So that's what I've got so far. It's very tiny and it's taken me a while because my eyes aren't great. But I think it's going to look great on that. It's a substitute for Havana. I finished one of my stitches that I may have shown last year that I finished, and then I turned it into a project bag with this. I love this fabric with the robin's eggs. And inside has scissors and notions. I love it. I love everything about how this came out. It's a Helene Bear, B-E-R-R-E. And there's a whole book. I got her book. Her patterns are just gorgeous. So I'm using this one to hold my Mary Englebright marriage project. Hold it straight. I think I showed it last year, but I did get some work done on it this year. My goal was, and last year, was to finish it in time for my anniversary in September last year, but I did not make it. So perhaps this year, since I did get that bird going and have to do a bunch of flowers at the top. Let's see what we have here. Little House in the Attic, one that I got when I very first started getting into stitching, has a death's head hawk moth, which is gorgeous and has Chronicles in it and everything, and a lot of back stitching. And someone gifted me this gorgeous piece of opalescent colorful fabric, and it's a perfect size. So I have a lot of the gold in there. I don't know if you can see how shimmery it is. This one was really fun. That's my gizmo gremlin. But I did get this paper crane. This, you can't get this now. I'm pretty sure it was a limited thing. I snatched it up right away, but it's a death head moth. And it's metal. It's like really nice, like pewter looking. So it's mine. And I can show you the pattern. Here's the whole thing. So Little House in the Attic. And I love all of her stuff. Oh, I'm losing floss. I don't know what it goes to. All right, another Amanda May that I'm working on. Oh man, I have no idea what these threads go to. Is her bison, and I'm doing it in sulky. So I got the bison itself done. I just have to do the whole sky and flag and eagle and stuff. So I plan on breaking that out again, like 4th of July, you know, and do it on patriotic occasions. But I love the sulky. The stitches just come out so perfect. Well, if you haven't tried it, and the buffalo bison head uses this, which is fuzzy. Very cool. And let me see if I have a picture. I just have the pattern, but it's called Patriotic Bison, and you should look it up on Ardith Design. All right, I have a mirror going, Gypsy Queen. And I think I've only worked on it a little bit since the last time I showed her, but her bodice is coming along. So it's like up to her chest here, and this is gonna be the bottom of her dress. And it is so tiny, and it's gonna have I've gotten some gold in there, no beads yet. But I just love the way this dress comes, and there's gonna be orange, and that's what made me pick this one. It's so colorful. All right, so many whips, so little time. Alright, this is 2020 Pandemic Sampler by Sarcy Girl. And a lot of people started this, and then there was even a stitch along to help motivate finishing it last year, and I still couldn't get it going. But it is going to look amazing, and I think I did well by choosing barn door, because it is going to look just like that. Let me show you, making sure I have the back. I think it's coming out great on that. I love this fabric. So much modeling. All right, more unicorns, because I'm obsessed with unicorns. And that's what I didn't bring, is my own stuff. So I'll have to have a separate video. I did have some bags I left downstairs of all my quilting and other sewing related stuff to do a separate video on another day for. So I'll include my personal designs. I have been recharting some Mary Queen of Scots, 3 of her animals from, she did tons, her and another lady that were imprisoned for like 20 years. They did these tapestries, and they're in like the Victoria and Albert Museum in England. So I just picked a unicorn, a dolphin, and a snipe. And I stitched the snipe, and I'm going to start the unicorn and then the dolphin. But I'll show you those. And also, I didn't bring up my Valentine. I made my husband, I designed last year an alphabet, a computer font alphabet that goes around a heart that is made out of ones and O's, spelling out I love you in binary, and then it says I love you underneath it. So that is on my Gumroad. I'm Red Queen Stitches, and so you can just grab that for free if you want to start a Valentine today. It's very easy. You can do it on white or black in rainbow, or any combination of the two. I charted it both ways to be binary sampler, and then it made me think, because I was designing it, I think I maybe wasn't designing it around Valentine's Day, because it made me think I must have been doing it in May, because I knew June was coming, Pride Month, and since I was doing one, and I did it in binary because he's a computer guy, that I did that, and then it made me think, oh wait, it's love and it's binary, but not all love is binary. And so then it made me think, let me change the colorway and make a non-binary version, and it came out really cute. And I made one into a pillow, and I sent it out to Noah Stitches, and Flosstubers stitched it. His came out really nice. I haven't seen anyone do it on white yet, but check it out if you want a free one. And you can see 2 of the Mary Queen of Scots are on there also. I can't really sell them because I don't own the old pattern, but I see that people go ahead and chart them, and they do sell them, but I don't want to do that. I made them for me. I recharted them so that I could have them and frame them. So I'm just sharing the charting online for free. But this is a tiny modernist unicorn. That was a long way to get all the way around to back to unicorn. And this one is a couple years old. I got it right when it came out. I begged my husband, oh, let me get this unicorn for like Mother's Day or whatever the occasion was near when it came out. And of course, it was digital, so I only have the pattern. I can't show you the pattern. But you know, the 2 unicorns and with the flags, orange flags waving, and you can see it on the Tiny Modernist website. Alright, I think I only see like 2 more whips here, and then the rest is future plans and dreams. This is also not started yet, but I love this one. Lindy Stitches for Halloween. I love these 2. They're so cute, and the awesome variegated floss for this horse is so cute. And I'm using 2, I think they're both Stitch Me from my fabric of the month. I'm going to lose all my floss that I stuck together with it. And these are more of the floss rings from the box that I won. But it's a nice mustard and hot peach, I'm going to call it. Oh, that's really washing it out. It's actually way darker and brighter. I don't know if I can make it look brighter. But it looks, well, you can see they look just like the pattern. So they just happen to be perfect. I already had them, so I didn't have to buy the suggested fabrics. So I think I have someone on Instagram that we decided we're going to start these sometime. I feel like May or something random we decided, and I don't know why. If you know who you are, remind me. Also last year, probably since the last Flosstube, I did not finish the E on Create from the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Along. And it also has a big frame that goes around it, which I can't decide. I was thinking I would skip it and just frame it, but then I saw Stitchy Sarah Reed's. I saw yours in the background on your Flosstube, and it looks amazing with the frame around it, so I think I'm going to break it back out and fully finish it. Wait, this is too many whips, okay? I think when I filled out my form from the Steel City Stitchers, the planner, it came with some sheets where you fill out for each project, and then one sheet where you fill out both sides for the year, and I filled both sides out, and that is 40 whips, and that's too many. That's why I want to keep not buying stuff until I get going, because I have Seeking Refuge, which I was dying to have it and had to fully kit it up perfectly last year, and I want to do it because it's so relevant to, you know, being necessary during this time when the world seems to be out of control. Find a way to nurture my soul. I find a way. Seeking refuge with needle and thread, the angst and anxiety no longer I dread. It's just perfect, right? And with my best real life stitchy friend, Susan, who is the Blue Crab Stitcher on Instagram, we are going to be doing Oh Joyous Day, and I think we're waiting a month or two because we both have a lot of whips, but I'm all ready to go. And same thing with Butterfly Cloche by Liz Matthews. I had to have it the second it came out because I'm a butterfly nut. See? So it is fully ready to go. And I'm kind of an Animal Crossing nerd. Someone made, it had to be free because it's not licensed. Oh, it's a huge, I can't even pull this whole stack out. A pattern, it's a map. And then each month is a different character from Animal Crossing. So I'm going to do it on blue because it's supposed to be the water, and this is the island that goes on it. And I have all the characters in here, but I only printed out the actual pattern for each day because I don't try not to waste paper. Or each month, I mean. So that is housed in my painted leaf. Right, I want to make sure I got that right. It's Stitchy Sarah Reed's mom and sister do project bags, and it's Painted Leaf Co. And it's amazing because it is all the little characters. So I had to have it. How could I not? You'll have to tell me below, comment below if you think I should do another video and include like my entire bag. Oh, Halloween. That has not been started, that is kitted. And I have an entire bag pouch Oh Christmas winter. And I have a folder Oh patterns. And then I think I will peek into this and show you for my own, reminding myself what I have. It's just a bag of non-holiday related patterns. This one, there was a hashtag going on Instagram, like to share your wish list, and I really wanted this because I had seen Emily C. Eclectic Possessions on Instagram and Emily C. on YouTube. She did this, and hers was so awesome that I had to have it, and I wished for it, and she's the one that granted my wish. And she even gave me a needle minder. So I am set, and it's amazing, and it will be a great Halloween. Let's see. I have still not touched anything in the Winds of Autumn book, which I got pre-ordered when it came out. I am fully kitted and ready. I'm going to move this to the other stack of those 3 that I showed you. It's a limited, I don't think it's available now. It's Shakespeare's Peddler. It was an exclusive pattern, and it's called Purple Martin Apiary. So it's a Purple Martin. I think they're a desert bird. And I love anything bees. If you haven't noticed, I have a lot of bee patterns. But this pattern is amazing, and it's all beautiful fancy floss. And I got the fabric, and it's like 40 count black. It's gonna take forever with my eyes and my magnifier and readers and everything, and it will be worth it. Oh, I am breaking this out to start. I just talked to Cat T Quilts. She has the Flosstube and Instagram, and we're gonna motivate each other to get this one done. So I'm gonna keep that out. Sliding away. All right, a series that I'm supposed to be working on, that I collected the whole set, is Blackbird Designs, and it is Barb's Magical Mystery Tour, all the Beatles. So I have Eleanor Rigby, The Long and Winding Road, Blackbird. A lot of people do that one. This is the one I'm going to do next. Octopus's Garden. And I did Yellow Submarine, and I believe I did show that last year in my Flosstube. Alright. Oh, well, here are a couple Christmas, but because I mentioned the 5th Day sampler tree, this is the one I'm going to put in the little glass frog just here. I was lucky to win a bid on it, and I bought it from Michelle Bendy on one of her sales, but it's going to look so amazing. And I got 46 counts, so my tree will be extra tiny. Then I got a Ballet Slipper from Fox and Rabbit. This is my very first piece of their fabric. And I'm going to do Kathy Barrick, the Christmas Witch, which I think will look nice on it. It's more of a peachy color, but I think this looks darker here, but when you look at the fabric that's called for, it's actually lighter also. So I think this is going to be perfect. Let's see. Then I just have Michelle Bendy's The Personal is Political, which I've been wanting to do forever. And because Stitchy Sarah reads, in the background one time, she had this pin cushion. I think from some event she attended, she got this as a gift or a prize, and it was in her Flosstube, and it looked amazing. So I thought I have to do it. It's bees, hands-on design, and it's called Buzz, and it's all in black. What is it? Wood Chilt 28 count. And then I got the, oh, hang on, hold please. You have to see the pins. They're so cute. And of course the pattern comes with a little piece of wool that goes on top. There's like a yellow piece of wool. So I'm all set. That goes in my completely set. Oh, no, I have to do the threads, so it's not done. The only other two patterns that I've never touched here are from my original collection that I think I showed in my first Flosstube. This is my old 90s leftover collection, and I think these are kind of worth something now. So I need to do them before passing them on. And I know they're in people's wish list, so I will share them when I'm done. Marjorie Baston, just beautiful art. My mom liked her. That's why I got into her. Alright, I think that is all of my stuff. So you have to tell me if you want to see my holiday and what magical patterns I have in here that I have purchased and won. I will show some off the top. I'm not done, I'm realizing. If you want to see Halloween and Christmas, let me know. But there is the Hanky Style by Modern Folk Embroidery. I'm going to finish the other one, the monochromatic one first, because this I'm doing very tiny. It is charted on 32 count, but I'm going to do it like the original Italian lady did it, super tiny, over one on 40 count. So that's going to take a long time, and I really want to focus. I had started it with DMC, and I realized you can't actually use the 12 count over one on 40. It buckles the fabric a little bit, like makes it bulge. So you have to go finer. So I'm using a Bestitch Me fabric. One of the, I think this might be peanut butter and jelly. No, it's pink. Might be Ginger and Fred, one of those. So I'm using actual sewing thread, so it'd be like 40 or 50 count, and that looks much better. I did a test and it looks much better. So now the palette is all redone in these very nice threads. So keep an eye out for that. When I start that, it's going to be super tiny and cool. I think I'll be proud of that one. So I am going to do right now, because I got them in the magazine, and then now they are released for sale because it has been a full year and I still hadn't started them. So people will be buying it and stitching it, and that can motivate me to do Lindy Stitches, the Prancing in the Tulips, and the Blue Flower, Seasons of the Heart Spring. And I think they can share both halves of this one cream fabric. And they're both small, and I should be able to get those done. I'm going to have to pause all my whips, whip those out, and that will be fine. Now I did in the most recent Black Needle Society box, has ink circles, 5 o'clock, and it came with a nice 3 floss and a green fabric that should work fine. So whenever I get around to it, I was thinking of passing it on, and nobody was interested, so I think I'll just go ahead and do it. And I have a little leftover piece of Murky that, while I'm doing Lindy's other one, when you buy things from her, you get these her little postcard. So I think her turtle will look cute on that. Never waste. I can't even waste a little scrap. All right, so I think that's it. And my Valentine ears are coming off. So that's it. Have a happy Valentine's Day, and keep an eye out for me to not wait, hopefully, a full 12 months again, and be motivated to come back and show you my quilts and sewing projects, because I really want to show you the Mary Queen of Scots and my personal design. But do go check out on Gumroad, Red Queen Stitches. Check out everybody I showed here. Buy their stuff. Support cross stitching. And have a great Valentine's Day and a great week. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.